Oh. Hello and welcome to Fandom Fridays, where we proceed to check out the fanfics that are not point related. Sorry guys, you kind of caught me at a really weird time. It's just a headache and coughing. Oh, I didn't get drunk during New Year's Eve. Remember, I don't drink. No, I just, spent a lot of time partying and watching movies. Oh, my head throbs. My shot producer, I think I have a way of curing your hangover. Oh, really, Turksy? What is it? We could always do the yearly Rita Linkara fic. You know what? You're absolutely right. And I think I know just exactly which one I want to do. Yes, people, it's time to once again go and examine what on earth our favorite comic book reviewer has been doing before he became our favorite comic book reviewer. That's right, it's time to watch and read some more Sailor Moon Neo. Well, Sailor Moon T. Yes. As you all know, Sailor Moon T, or Titan, follows the adventures of Ryusu Lovehog. Yes, that's his name. Lovehog. It's a self-insert fic. Draw your own conclusions! As he and his 5 friends proceed to combat the forces of evil. Together, with an Archangel at his side, they have defeated Diablo. Once as Ryusu had the most awesome heel face turn in existence, and have broken up. Since then, there has been many more adventures along the way, but sadly they have lost a dear friend of theirs, a young woman by the name of Lucy. That's where our story begins, with Ryusu trying to figure out how to bring her back. So join us with you as we here at the Terryberry Memorial Library and proud to present Sailor Moon Neo T, episodes 15 and 16. Enjoy. Sailor Moon Neo T, episode 15, Heaven's Quest, by Cyweedle, aka Linkara. Theme song, Dare by Stan Blush. You know, you gotta give Linkara credit. He certainly has taste in music. Ryusu screamed as he threw his chair against the small laboratory, slamming into the test tubes to store liquids. He was feeling terrible. He felt like everything he had done was in vain. Lucy, Sailor Sephiros, a member of the Titans, had been murdered by Doomsday, who in turn been revealed to be Baal, Lord of Destruction. Right, check please! Deckard Cain, his trusted friend and aide during the first year of the Titans, had died of natural causes at Luke Golan. Who's Cain? He's from Diablo. Oh, you mean that third game in that trilogy of series that I only stopped at number 2? Yes, that. I gotta really play it again. Right. Although they had located the 6th and 7th Titans, Anna Ichime, Sailor Life, was a little girl who mistakenly gave away the Gwen Suisho to Baal to save the lives of the sailors. And all because of those things, Ryusu was pissed off. He made his way to the library section, doing whatever damage he could in his rage. Hey, Ryusu! You're gonna owe back taxes! He tore books off his shelves, threw prophecies around in the void. Into the void! And finally collapsed on the ground in front of the 3rd Sailor Wars book, crying. Oh, let's bring up the ambulance. When he finally raised his blood-sized eyes at the book, he saw that the book was beginning to write itself. Drink your Ovaltine. The clever bastard. He looked down at what it was writing. He then picked it up and stopped crying. He murmured to himself the words of what was written. Swine of Sephiros, storm gates of. His eyes lit up. He smiled and began to laugh maniacally. She's alive! Put your own flask orange joke here! I'm not doing these jokes for you! Reese corrected himself, in a sense anyway. Rizu ran over to the newly repaired communications grid. See that chapter I skipped because I like just pointing out different chapters of the story, and activated a wideband transmission. This is a latest to all Titans. I've uncovered something of incredible significance. Everyone, meet me in the void. That means you too, Anna. Tell the Queen I'll take full responsibility for dragging you out. Michelle, get Tyrell. This concerns him as well. Tyrell's the angel guy, guys. The shrine of Sephiroth has been blotted out. However, the Titans of Love and Justice would store the gates of heaven itself to reignite the Star of Sephiroth. The prophecy says that we have to go to retrieve Lucy in heaven. We can bring her back to us!
Yes, Lucy! Before we found you and Christine, Lucy was the third Titan, known as Sarah Sephiroth. A month ago, Lucy was killed by Ba.
And we've all been down since she's died. Well, she's certainly the kind of person who could put a smile on your face. Never thought she was a sailor, though. What did you need me for, Ryusu? I believe the prophecy is literal. Meaning we have to go to heaven to get to Lucy back. Now, Tyrell, being an Archangel, I believe you have a little better access to it than the others. I could go into heaven, but I could not bring you all with me.
Question, if we're going to heaven, then why not just ask
a Zeppelin to help you out?
That was horrible.
I know. If you mean you couldn't bring us all at once, we could. No, I didn't mean that. To get to heaven, you have to die. There is no other way. Sing! Well, that was nice knowing you guys, but, well, you heard the boss. There was a silence in the void. Then Ryusu snapped his fingers. I think I know how to deal with that. Right, I'll get the Dragon Radar. Ryusu went to his console. Computer, lab. Okay, I think I see one in Detroit. I'll be back. I'll be seeing you guys. It says in the void simmered and distorted. It reformed into a laboratory. Albeit still a bit messy from Ryusu's earlier outrage. Somebody needs a maid. Ryusu walked over to a storage cabinet and took out a box full of red pills.
You do one Matrix gag and Trixie will have your head!
No. I have to slide these pills so act as a temporary death agent. The pills contained within them have fibers that will stop all functions of the body, like it were dead, for 1 complete second. Unless one of us can move really fast. Time does not work the same way here as it does in heaven. 1 second will be worse more than enough.
Can I come along?
Well, I think the pill will work for you.
Thank you. I just feel like I'm not like your guardian cat anymore.
Well, just as long as she doesn't become a human and start up a relationship with Ryusu, I'm fine.
I mean, it's really sweet and all, but I just hope that she doesn't start if she becomes human.
You're still an important part of the team, Astra. Never forget that. And with that, the Titans ate the pills, falling to the ground, dead.
Well, that was a short fic. See ya!
Oh, I wouldn't leave you hanging like that. The Titans opened their eyes, and for the first time in years, they were speechless. They stood on a white cloud. No, no, no! I hate you, Rangers ending! Well, it appeared to be a very white cloud of white gas. They could see no end of the cloud in any direction. Above them seemed to be a blue sky, and it appeared to be daylight. Daylight, go man, we wanna go home. However, despite the fact that it was daylight, the sky did not appear to have any sun. The light was just from everywhere. Sunglasses! They saw that Tyrell also stood with them. When they looked in front of them, a gate standing 10 feet tall was before them, colored gold, and stone-white walls surrounded it. As the sailors realized, they were all in their sailor forms as well. Wow. So dying puts you into your superhero costume? Well, can't wait to see what happens when Batman goes.
Oh my.
Indeed. No matter how many times I gaze upon it, the pearly gates are always stunning.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful just begin to describe it. Chris, have you seen anything so wonderful?
Only when I first saw you, Mia. It's lines like this that make me regret my life's decision to become a fanfic writer. Sailor Love giggled at Asteroid's comment, and the two embraced and kissed. And now I need a hug. Sarah kissed her as I hugged him. Thanks.
No problem. Never before have seen such beauty. Luna's gonna be so jealous now.
As much as I hate to protect the team away from this fantastic sight before us, we are on a mission. Now I recommend. All of a sudden, a white blast of energy shot out from behind the Titans and Sailor Angel, hitting him and knocking him to the ground.
Ryusu!
Wow. Some OCs are just are just so obvious that sometimes that even Heaven wants to blast them. Hey, Heaven! There's this guy named Lightning Dog. Could you please aim at him? The other Titans looked behind him, and what stood there would be a pair of the demon. He looked like a Abyss Knight, but with no sword, and both his hands glowing purple. Okay, so we've already done Led Zeppelin, and now we've done some Jimi Hendrix. Who's next? On Oblivion Night, Ball must know what we're up to.
What little demon? We can take it.
Don't underestimate Ball. He was the smartest of the prime evils, and the most powerful.
Still, let's take care of this and get back to saving Lucy. Crystal Beam!
Before Sailor Crystal could begin her attack, the Oblivion Knight moved with lightning speed, jumping over to Crystal and punching her in the face! And sending her to the ground. Tyrell prepared his sword as Moonsight with his staff, but the demon sent out 2 energy beams into them, knocking them down. Sailor Angel ascended and sent a hand of destiny down at the knight, but he moved faster than that, tackling into Sailor Love and knocking her away. Rocket blast! Sailor Asteroid glowed, then shot straight into the demon at mid speeds. The demon jumped to the air, but Asteroid did too, punched the demon into his stomach. It wasn't enough to totally stop it, it fired a beam of energy into Asteroid, sending him flying into Sailor Angel. Both fell to the ground. Wow. You guys suck. This isn't working too well.
If we had Sephiroth, we could do a Titan attack. That homes in on an enemy.
Completely unavoidable. Thank you, Miss Exposition. Angel thought for a moment. Maybe we can.
How?
If we summon up the spirit of Sailor Sephiroth to assist us while we're in the middle of the attack, it might bring Hope Power to help. Oh, great. I don't have time to start with a Angel, this is no time for a seance!
It's worth a shot. Tyrell, we'll need you to distract the demon while the Titans do the attack.
I shall do my best. Everyone, join hands! All around the world, join hands! Bring on the love train! And now we're playing to touch.
You know what I love about this fic?
The fact that no matter how bad things get, I will always have Stan Buss to listen to. And with that, the Titans got up and joined hands in a line. Kumbaya, my lord. They all closed their eyes.
Neo, crystal power! Life, crystal power!
Tyrell began slashing at Azurath at the Oblivion Knight, but he evaded the attacks. The Titans' skirts, pants, bows, circles, and tiaras began to glow. Asteroid blazing power!
Love, crescent heart power!
The Oblivion Knight finally hit Azurath away from Tyrell, but Astra leapt onto the demon's head and began clawing at the eyes.
Moon, crystal power!
Heavenly angel power! You know, by the way, I just like to say, being Sailor Orion, whatever, was bad enough. Now we got him into angel mode. God, all he needs to do is actually stare God in the face and grab him, and then we'll reach ultimate Gary Steele levels of awesomeness. Astra left out the blind demon as Tyrell jumped away and returned to Azurath. An aura surrounded the Titans. Sephiroth! Titan power! And with that, what appeared to be a ghost of Sailor Sephiroth appeared and held onto Sailor Angel's hand, finishing the line of 7 Titans. Sailor! Titan! Attack! And with that, a massive rainbow energy wave shot out at the Titans with enough intensity to scorch the sky! No. That was still Jimi Hendrix. And I would make a joke about rainbows, but I'm a brony, so the Oblivion Knight could not see this, as his eyes had been clawed out by Astra. However, it did feel the stubborn burning of his skin, internal organs as he was vaporized into the perfection of heaven. Titans collapsed down on the ground, dead tired. Guys, you're in heaven now. You shouldn't be dead! Man, I forgot how much it tasted out of you.
I just want to go to sleep.
All of a sudden, a group heard the gates of heaven opening. Inside, it was glowing gold, and a figure was walking out of it. No one but Tyrell knew who it was. Who? An archangel? A lesser angel? Castiel? Blight, Poxtiel. Yeah. It is God himself!
What? It is God himself.
Oh my God!
I think this is the first time ever in anything we've done so far, guys, that we've actually met God. You know, a lot of people spend their time searching for God, looking inwardly, but me, I would like to proudly say that I have found God, and he lies within this fanfic. I have soared through the heavens and touched the face of God. I don't know what to do with myself anymore. Maybe I should look out that window there and think of what to do with my life. I'll be back. Wow. Now that I've touched the face of God, the world just seems so unique now. Will you get back to that fanfic reading? But Trixie, I have seen God. You haven't seen God yet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Tyrell just mentioned seeing God.
Which means it's time for episode 16, Resurrection.
Bow down before his mighty boots of doom.
Tyrell had never shouted a command to the Titans, so they were quite surprised when this had happened. Immediately, the Titans fell to their knees and bowed down before the figure, who Tyrell identified as God himself. Lord, I would just like to say, I have a few questions. Get to them when you're ready. I'll be over here if you need me. Just want to let you know, bowing before your almightiness, sir. The Titans suddenly untransformed as well. When the Titans finally looked up, they noticed the fact that the figure was wrapped in rags and cloaks. The figure's face was veiled, making it impossible to see the face.
Oh, now that is cheating. I wanted beards.
They all then stood up and saw an angel appropriate them. His face was straight, his hair blonde. He wore what appeared to be sweatpants, and he had no shirt. Then he spoke. My name is Micah, and I'm here to speak for the Lord. Really? John Travolta? I love that movie. No offense, but why can't he not speak for himself? And why does he really wear the veil? Ryasu, now's not time to ask questions of the Almighty Lord!
You're still mortals. God can't truly speak to you. Your mortal forms will be burned, and your minds will be sent into a permanent state of insanity. Because you're still mortals, you're not allowed to look upon the face of God Almighty.
Right. I understand that. Toodles!
Oh, very well.
For God's sake. Oh, for his sake, Ryasu! Ryasu, we've met God. I think it's time for us to go now!
Very well. You may plead your case.
Ryasu took a deep breath and gulped.
Your lordship,
you know who I am. God nodded his failed head, which inadvertently caused a tornado. You're also aware that 1 month ago, one member of my team, the Titans, died at the hands of the demon known as Baal. Baal now has possessed the Gwyn Suisho, a power source capable of devastating Earth. We've managed to find the next 2 Titans prophesied in the Hadraic scrolls and texts. What we need is a full team, all 7 Titans. We need Lucy Yuba and Sailor Sephiroth.
He says no.
Right, can understand. Tools, I hope you'll remember to reincarnate me as a more popular internet reviewer.
Rizu's eyes got wide and he slightly gasped. The other Titans sighed in sadness.
Why not?
Bringing the dead back to life is not supposed to happen. Some angels are still arguing over what happened with Sailor Moon 1,000 years ago. Well, you see, inside each Sensi, there's a stellar crystal that lies within them, and they all come from this galaxy, a cauldron, and the good Suizo could actually bring everybody back, and... Hey, what's it with the continuity? Sorry, but we need her. We need her back! Sorry, there's nothing we can do. Well, we tried. For God's sakes, we tried. Come on, Ryusu. Well, Ryusu, we tried. Maya put his hand on Ryusu's shoulders to comfort him. However, he watched out of his hand, his teeth gritting and his face looking on the stain of it. Don't you turn your back on me! Ryusu, what are you doing? Ryusu began running over to God. Don't you even try to walk away from me! Ryusu? What are you doing? That is God. He created everything. He made you. All he has to do is just say the word and your mind is going to be in perpetual insanity. All he has to do is flick the finger and your entire existence is wiped out. Ryusu grabbed onto God's shoulder and turned her around, much to the surprise of everyone there. You know, we've met plenty of Gary Stews on this show. Okay, actually, to be fair, we've met at least two. But you know what? Most of the Gary Stews that I've met were basically just guys who tried to be God, who acted like they were God, or had powers that made them seem like they were gods. Ryusu is the first ever to actually touch God and call him out! I applaud you, Ryusu. This makes you the most awesome Gary Stew we have ever had on this show. Okay, all you other Gary Stews, Lightning, you're lame. You're lame compared to Ryusu, because for all of your power and so-called Super Saiyanness, you did not touch God and just called him out. You did not just look at the face of God and just said you're an a-hole. Alright, Twilight, you didn't do any hot either. It's okay. No, not you, Twilight, the other Twilight. Ryusu is the true God. Bow down. He is awesome. Plus, who the hell do you think you are? The creator of everything. Everyone geeked at Ryusu at what he just done. Even Tyrell seemed shocked by this behavior. So am I. Oh wait, I know what you think you are. What you want us to believe, but I don't buy it. For over 1,000 years, you've been pulling everyone's strings, getting us to do all the work, and you haven't done a damn thing except stand there and look critic. Well, it's about time you started pulling your own weight around here. Tread like Moodle. Sod off, Michael! Again. You know, it's not every day a Gary Stew takes on God. I mean, most of them think they're godlike. Most of them act like they're godlike. Ryusu's the only one who will make God who's going to stare right into the God's eyes. He's going to die soon, but I have worked my ass off for you. Fighting evil and saving the world so many times is not even funny. But when I need something, it's oops, sorry, no can do. Ryusu, God has a plan. Ever since I've seen people die, people always tell me that God has a plan. Well, what about our plans? Ryusu, you probably shouldn't. For a long time, I wondered to myself why you lit that tree with the forbidden apples into the Garden of Eden. And then, I realized it was because you wanted the human race to have free will! Ryusu, this is not a smart thing, but apparently, this free will is easily discarded when your plan comes to mine! Ryusu, stop it! Why don't you get off your almighty, omnipotent butt and do something for a change! Well, it was nice knowing Ryusu. Ryusu, I command thee to shut up, Tyrell! Maybe I should just decide that your precious little Earth isn't even worth my time to save! You wouldn't dare. It's a ball of mud and rock to me. Michael sighed. There's not the time to start getting... And who decides that time? You? You people put me into this position by giving me the angel powers. You asked me to fight this damn war! Well, it's about time you start letting me fight it my way.
How many people already died fighting this war of yours, huh? How many more will die until you get off that mountain and get involved? Cities, colonies, whole worlds are being destroyed out there, and you do nothing! How many more? How many more, God? How many more dead until you're satisfied? With that, Ryusu finally felt an enormous wave of pressure slam into him and knock him back into the other Titans. Ryusu, when you talk to God, one does not start cussing him out like a freaking sillier. Just for touching him, you can be sent to the fiery pits of hell. The other Titans held Ryusu back up. Maybe, but if I go there, I'll know forever that my God didn't do anything to help in this world's final hour. Michelle walked up to Ryusu. If Ryusu goes to hell, I'm coming with him. Ryusu raised an eyebrow at her. Terra walked up to the next two. Where my love goes, I go. Maya and Chris walked up to the three. We're a family. We won't get split up again. Christine and Al walked up to the group. I'm not losing these people after just looking at these two. You're being a meanie. God looked at the group. Then all of a sudden, Michael smiled. Congratulations! You've completed your task. So, God wanted us to give him the reason you suck space. Well, I can probably understand that. He is God. Thank you for not wiping all of us out for existence. I'll be going now. Excuse me. God wanted to know, before he let her back to you, if you were truly willing to get back, or if you only wanted her back because of simple reasons. However, by standing together for wanting her back, and willing to face the judgment of God despite whatever you may do, you're proving yourselves to be worthy of the light, and worthy of the resurrection of Lucy Yuba. God's all-knowing. Why did he even put that test out? All of a sudden, a body appeared before the group. They all gasped and felt sick when they saw it. It was the burned, charred body of Lucy Yuba. Go ahead, Risu. Resurrect her. Risu gulped and knelt down next to the body. He held back tears and the urge to vomit into sight. He held his hands over her body and hovered them in circles with what he said next. Wax on, wax off. Wow. Wow. The pure holiness of bringing somebody back to life. Seeing the face of God. Was thus all zapped away by that one moment. Thank you, Vic. All of a sudden, the look of her body being a terrible, charred, dead mass disappeared, referring her back to a life state. She suddenly opened her eyes, took a deep breath and sat up, coughing as air filled her lungs for the first time in a month. What just... We can rebuild you. Once he looked at Ryusu, we have the technology. Better than before. Better, stronger, faster. Everyone looked at Ryusu. What? None of you wants the $6 million man or the bionic woman? I love the $6 million man so much. All of a sudden, the group woke within Ryusu's world. The pill that had killed him for 1 second worn off, and they were alive again. They looked around themselves, and Lucy was with them. And we'll stop for there, because I just wanted to do the two chapters where we meet God. This series... I hesitate to actually say it's as bad as Myken, or bad as Victor Fallen Doom, or a lot of the other fics we've read. I mean, it doesn't tick me off nearly as much. Oh, sir, the whole script format is the devil, but then again, script format needs to die a slow, painful death that only should be used if you're trying to actually write an actual radio program. This is probably why you'll never see Power Rangers take flight on the show. And yeah, Ryusu is a big Gary stew, and the characters are nowhere near as developed as they are later on. But as they should be, the character interactions need a little bit more for us to properly believe that this team is a family or a group. Kind of like how they interacted and taught the fourth wall of the movie. You know how in there we had some genuine interactions between Harvey Fine Voice, Nash, and Mars Girl and Pollo,
and Lupa, 90s kid, and we actually got to see some real heartfelt interactions. And we could actually believe that this group were friends and family. And I love Top the Fourth Wall, the movie. Honestly, I do. It beats out Kagasia and all the other Channel Lost specials. It's my personal favorite. I'm sorry. Um. Anyway, and the fights could be better. Some of the bad guys could be more developed, and there are some really bad cliches. And however, instead of being so bad it's horrible, it's actually so bad it's good. It's hilarious at points. Ryusu feels like a 90s action character. The story's just laughably bad, and it's just fun to sit through and laugh at. It's the kind of a bad that you just want to relax with. Kind of like with Moon Meets Dragon about last year. And that's why I love doing Linkara's Sailor Moon T-Fix. You see, I do these stories not to mock Linkara, or to say, see, he's no better than the rest of us, or to do some sort of troll of, see, he's got no place to review comics because he can't write them to save his life. What does he know? Or, see, he has a dirty hidden past. That means he's been pure evil. Here's the thing. 1. Just because somebody has written bad material in the past does not mean that they don't have a place to compare it to. If anything, that means they have more of a right to review it because they themselves know how hard it is to create it, and they themselves should know what is better because they have seen what it makes it better, and they know what does not work because they have written just as bad trash. Alright, whenever I review these things, I compare them favorably to myself a lot of times. And so I say, well, these guys can do better than me and worse than me. Second of all, really? A sordid past? I would complain about that, but that essentially is me trying to say, because you have had a perverted story or a perverted past, means you cannot change. And that's stupid. What, you think people can't change, that they can't grow or better themselves? That you can't become better over time, or you can't change your opinions? That's just stupid and really moronic. Just because you have a sordid past or bad fix does not mean you can't change. You can grow. You can become different. Just because you have bad fanfics in your life doesn't mean you can't get better. That's the real reason why I read Linkara stuff. Over the past year, I've shown you the evolution of another great fanfic writer, RK Striker. And when it came to his stuff, I showed you how he took what worked and expanded on it, turning Sailor Moon Zinyu Senshi from something good to fantastic. The same can be said of Linkara. Look where he started out, with this lousy fanfic, with bad books and a bad comic. But he did not give up. He took what worked and evolved on it. Look at Ryusu. In these episodes alone, you could slowly see hints of what would become Linkara later on. His snarkiness, comedy, and yes, even his desire to be with his friends. I can almost see Linkara actually staring into the face of God. Wait, Linkara has stared into the face of a god, the King of Worms. And I can see how this character can become Linkara. And that's where the story, that's what I feel like you should take away from it. You are going to have bad fics. You are going to have bad stories or bad days. But the thing you shouldn't do is to just quit and say, I can't get better. Because you can. Look what works. Look what you think makes you better. And look at what you think is your strengths. And start playing to them. Or listen to what other people say are your strengths. And use that to grow and change. And soon you can become better. Like Linkara. Starting up from just a bad fanfic writer to a great internet reviewer. So, I would just like to say thanks to you all, Linkara. And if you actually watch this and take the time to listen to this video and choose to comment on it with character details or what you were thinking of or anything of this story or just how I was silly for actually liking this so much or anything about Ryusu that you came up with or even why you decided to have Ryusu look into the face of God, trust me, we would appreciate it and I think it would be a blast. And to which I also say, that was one down, 1,000 more to go. I'll see you next time. Welcome to Atop the Fourth Wall, where bad comics burn. Linkara's gonna teach you all a lesson you won't learn.